What is Paul's first letter to the Thessalonians about? Let's take a look at some verses in Acts 17 to understand what happened in Thessalonica when Paul was there. Acts 17 verse 1. When Paul and his companions had passed through Amphipolis and Apollonia, they came to Thessalonica, where there was a Jewish synagogue. Acts 17 verses 4 to 5. Some of the Jews were persuaded and joined Paul and Silas, as did a large number of God-fearing Greeks and quite a few prominent women. But other Jews were jealous, so they rounded up some bad characters from the marketplace, formed a mob, and started a riot in the city. Acts 17 verses 10 to 13. As soon as it was night, the believers sent Paul and Silas away to Berea. On arriving there, they went to the Jewish synagogue. Now the Berean Jews were of more noble character than those in Thessalonica, for they received the message with great eagerness and examined the scriptures every day to see if what Paul said was true. As a result, many of them believed, as did also a number of prominent Greek women and many Greek men. But when the Jews in Thessalonica learned that Paul was preaching the word of God at Berea, some of them went there too, agitating the crowds and stirring them up. So we can see from Acts 17, Paul experienced fierce persecution from the Jews who did not believe because they were losing Jewish and many Greek followers. So Paul wrote the first letter to the Thessalonian believers because they continued to suffer persecution from the Jews, and some were even killed for their faith, dying a martyr's death. At the same time, Paul was still recovering from the stripes from Philippi. Paul encouraged them by letting them know that they suffered the same way the apostles and believers did. And for those who were martyred, they shall rise again with the faithful 144,000 from out of rebellious Israel, and all the faithful martyrs to reign with Christ for 1,000 years at his return. Reference Revelation 7 verse 14 to 17, 14 verse 12 and 13:20 verse 5.